Okay, and we are rolling. All right, so this video is going to show you how to enter your stock info into the tracker and also how to troubleshoot a couple formula issues that you might come across. So first thing, big red letters up here in the corner. Only type info into orange columns. So all of the stuff that you enter is going to be in these guys and this guy. So it's not supposed to have anything there. So that's the first thing. Only type in your orange column. So let's get on into it. We're going to start with something simple. We've got J&J. This is where your ticker symbol goes. You see lots of stuff pulls through. For your J&J, let's say you got 10 shares. Let's say you bought those shares at an average cost of $145. You see we've got all this info populating. These are all formulas. All you have to do is punch in your orange ones and everything else kind of pulls through. If you notice, these turned green. So what that shows you is, see it's in sections here. After you punch in your info, this next section, just kind of overview the columns a little bit. You've got your total cost, so how much those shares cost you. This one pulls in the current market price, and then this one multiplies by your shares to get your total market value currently. And so these two just subtract your cost and the market value to show you if you have gained or lost. So another fun thing really quick, if you go back here and say your average cost was actually $150, you plug that in, oh, magically turned green, so red, magically turns red. These are just formatted to where if it's positive it's green, if it's negative it's red. So that's pretty cool. Let's turn these back to 145 because I like some green. Okay, next section. This shows you basically the same thing, but this is only the change over the course of one day, where this section here shows you the change since you bought it. This section here shows you the change since yesterday. So we have yesterday's price per share when the market's closed, and then this was your market value as of yesterday, and this is going to be your difference. We have a $1, which is your percentage there. So yeah, this basically is just your change over the course of one day. Next section, now we're getting into the good stuff. We have dividends. This column here, annual dividend per share. So this column pulls in the dividends you will be paid per share for the year. So you only get $4 a share for Johnson & Johnson for the year, which comes out to your yield would be 2.7% there. But with your 10 shares, you would have a yearly income of $40, a little over $40 for your shares of Johnson & Johnson. And these lovely acid green column or cells up here, this actually is a sum of the entire total dividend income. It's going to give you your yearly income for all your stocks once you get it all plugged in here. Okay, and then next we have dividend payments per year. So this is just a little extra information I like to keep track of. Different stocks pay quarterly, some pay monthly, some pay yearly. So I will now show you how to find out. I know that Johnson & Johnson is actually quarterly. So we'll do 4 payments per year. And I just do this so I can see how much I'm going to get paid per payment, not just, what's the total year. So let's go to Yahoo Finance is where I'm going to show you how to get this information here. So I've already got it plugged in here. We've got Johnson & Johnson. Let's do a search, Yahoo Finance. And what you're going to need to do is go over to historical data here. Click on that. And then you're going to need to change this drop down to dividends only. Click apply. And then here we go. We've got their past dividend payments here. So we had one August, November, February, May. You can see those are quarterly. So when we get back to our spreadsheet, we plug in payments per year. It's going to be 4. Okay, cool. So moving right along. Now we're going to have one that has an issue. So let's look up the stock SIEN. Oh, silly me, I gotta copy my formulas here. So to do a new row, all you gotta do is highlight the whole thing, Control C to copy, click the next one, Control V. Okay, now you're gonna have to change all this information, plug in the stuff that you actually want. So we're gonna do SIEN, enter. Okay, we're pulling in data. We got that stuff. Let's do like $10 a share at $4. Like to keep it in green. Cool. So now what you see is the dividend formulas have errors in them. So what is our solution here? So step 1, I've got it on sheet 2. So if you want to go over here, sheet 2, step 1, check Yahoo Finance to see if they even pay dividends. So let's go back to our spreadsheet, SIEN. Go back to Yahoo Finance. I've already got it plugged in. Click search. Look at this table. Well, first, a good rule of thumb is to just look at the share price, just to be certain you're looking at the same thing. So we've got 424. We've got market price 424. So we know it's the same stock. Here we have the ex-dividend date is just, it's a date they use when paying dividends. And this tells you what your actual dollars of dividend would be and your yield of dividend would be. All of it says NA. So that means this stock doesn't actually pay dividends, which is why we're getting our error messages. And if you really wanted to be sure, again, you could go to your historical data there, click on dividends, hit apply. There's nothing. You are empty, no dividends. So the way you solve the stock doesn't pay dividends issue, all you have to do, highlight this, backspace, and you're done. Because if you had noticed, let me go back, with these error messages in here, your total dividend income is not going to calculate because it doesn't like errors. So we clear the error messages when it doesn't pay dividends to give us, so it doesn't mess up our formula. So cool, easy peasy. Next one, tricky sticky. So let's click on which one are we going to go for? Okay, so this stock is ticker symbol BF.A. Woos, get down. So BF.A, again, silly me, forgot to copy and paste. Cool. Clear out U. We'll leave the 10. This one, again, BF.A. Enter. Pulling in our data. $10 a share. Let's do $60 average cost there. Oh, right. And if you noticed, the row I copied did not have my formulas. So copy these formulas. Paste these formulas. Error messages again. And this is not just because I copied and pasted it after. This is because we got some stuff to look up. So remember the first step was to just check if it pays dividends. Let me close this other one. I've got BF.A pulled up here. We're going to hit search. Okay, table under BF.A. No dividends, looks completely different. And again, if you look at this share price, this is $1. If we go back to our spreadsheet, share price is $61. So that's not the same stock. So what we need to do now is, what is the next step? Right. So when you have this issue where you're pulling in market data in the front with your share price, but your dividend data is not pulling through in the back, this is where you have to know where the table is split. So if you look, the blue letters here say first half uses Google Finance formulas. Second half uses a website called FinViz first, and then Yahoo for a couple others. So the default on the right side is always going to be this FinViz formula here. And if you ever need to copy and paste your FinViz formula, if you don't know which rows you've deleted or changed, this is your template for your FinViz formula, which is what I always start with. So we see we've got our error on our FinViz, but our Google in the front is actually pulling through. So what we got to do, we take our bf.a, and we will, since Yahoo Finance didn't work for us, we'll go to Google. We'll do a search for bf.a. Okay, check that share price, $61. Look at our spreadsheet, $61. We have the same stock. So now, what do? We have it here in Google Finance. What we need to do is we'll just take the name of the stock where we know we have the right one in Google Finance. It's the back half where the FinViz formula is that's messed up. So we'll go to FinViz and we will paste. Oh, that is not it. Let me copy that again. We will copy our name of our company. Well, dang it. We will paste it here. And sometimes you might have to like get rid of some of the letters and symbols at the end. Here we go. FinViz, we have bf.a is what we have on Google Finance. But if you look here, FinViz, which is where the dividend formula comes from, has bf-a. So we click on this. Again, we'll check our share price. FinViz is funny because it's actually over here on the market chart here. You've got 61.79. Again, check 61.79. We know this is the correct stock. So what we do here, real fun, we have a ticker format discrepancy between the two websites, which is why we have this column here, alternate ticker format. So what we got to do, we will type in bf-a for FinViz, hit enter, and so what we have to do is we'll find the cell, I believe it's annual dividend yield. Okay, so this cell has our website in it. So what we need to do is change that B in the cell reference there for column B to column C, and we hit enter. And now, woohoo, magically, our data pulls in. So super simple. You just got to add the alternate format and then change the cell reference once you realize that you got to change the ticker format there. And then again, if you want to go back and check, this table for FinViz shows a dividend of 70 cents, percent 1.13%, and then our spreadsheet pulls that through. Cool. Okay, so we've also got our payments per year here we probably want to fill in. Does it tell you? I don't see it here, so I'm just gonna go back to Yahoo Finance because I prefer Yahoo Finance. It feels like it's just easier to get the information from. So let me pasting our company here. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Dang it. Sorry, I'm slowing us down. bf-a. I'm just going to type it in. Okay, bf-a. Cool. Brown. Historical data. Ooh. Dividends only. Apply. How do you pay? Come on. Come on, guys. Historical data. Dividends. Apply. Thank you. Okay, so March, April, May, June. So that's quarterly. September, October, November, December. Yeah, we have quarterly payments here. So we're going to leave that at 4. We know for each share we would get 17 cents a quarter, which is why you got to buy more. So, all right. So that one was kind of tricky. Hopefully I didn't go through that too fast. You can rewind the video if you need to. But we have another little sticky wicket to go through. So we have a company called ticker symbol CIG dot C. Daggone it. You see what I did? I forgot to copy and paste again. Why didn't you remind me? Okay. So I don't know about that info. I'll leave the 10 shares. But ticker symbol CIG dot C. Enter. Okay. Oh, dang it. I copied the wrong one. I'm messing up my example. Copy. Paste. There. Okay. I think I got us now. So, okay. CIG dot C. Enter. That's what I wanted to see. For an example, we have CIG.C. Again, this is going to be the FinViz formula in the back here. So what we need to do, I already know it pays dividends, so I'm just going to go straight to checking the format. So I'm going to change that dot to a dash. Nothing. And that messes up our Google references in the front. So let's go back to the dot. Okay. Our FinViz might need an alternate. Oh no, that didn't even work. The dash didn't work. So what do we do when the dot doesn't work and the dash doesn't work for our dividend formulas in the back? FinViz. Oh, did I skip it? Oh yeah. So this is our company name. So we can just go straight to FinViz and search that if you want to skip some steps. So I've already got it typed in here. Again, you might need to back it off to get some search results. Okay. Now if you notice, we have CIG, but we don't have CIG.C. So the section C, unfortunately for FinViz, does not exist. So what we do now is, remember I talked to you about the templates up here? This first one is FinViz, which I go to by default because it refreshes better. But when the stock doesn't exist on FinViz, what we have to do is copy this formula on row 2 where it says Yahoo. Can you see that? Yahoo stocks. And then we'll just copy this whole thing. We'll paste this guy in there. And you see it still is showing an error message there. But that's only because if you go to Yahoo, okay, so this is the company name. Since we're changing our formula to the Yahoo formula from the FinViz formula, let's back it off till we get some search results. Again, we have the ticker format. So this was a super tricky one. We have a combo of having to change our ticker format, CIG-C, and we had to, oh, let's throw some shares in here. What's our cost? Let's say $2. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have to add our alternate format, and we had to copy the Yahoo formula to use. So the reason it's still showing an issue is because, again, you have to find the one with the website, change your column B to column C, and bam, baby. There we have. Okay, and again, you found it on Yahoo. Is this it? CIG.C? Cool. 214 is our share price. 214 is our share price. So there's our dividend info. Not a lot of dividend income so far. So the last thing I wanted to show you is, you know what I'm going to do this time? Copy it first before typing it in. Copy. And I'm using the top one because that has my FinViz formula, and I always want to start with FinViz. Copy, paste. Oh, that was an X. Not cut. Copy, paste. Change my quarterly out. Change that. We'll keep 10 shares. Okay, next, a big old F. No, F. Oh, dang it. There we go. Ford Motor Company. Then we'll say our shares, we paid $6.50 a piece for them. Cool. Dividend issues on the back end again. So here's what we do. I know they pay dividends, so let's go through the list. I know they pay dividends, so I don't have to check on that. I have to check for an alternate format. It's like ancient. There is no other format. There's no dashes or dots, so we know the format's not what's wrong. And then we know it's our FinViz formula, so we got to see if it doesn't exist on FinViz. That's step 3. So FinViz, we hit a big old F up there in the search bar. I would be baffled if it didn't exist. It's Ford. So it's here. And what you can see, Moose, get down. What you can see is dividends in the table here are blank. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. Let's look for an F here. Ford Motor Company. Oh, look at that. You remember the X dividend date that I mentioned earlier? We have a date here, but we have no info in the dollar value or the yield for your dividends. So again, Yahoo Finance just has so much more than everything else. I like to go here typically first. So let's go to our dividends, hit apply. Would you look at that? We have dividends. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Looks like a quarterly dividend payer, but it didn't show up on FinViz. So we have it on Yahoo, not on FinViz. So you know what that means? We copy our Yahoo, paste it for Ford, still an error. You know why? Because we have to click in the cell. Oh no, we don't, because that is actually in column B. So again, the Yahoo, now we have our Yahoo one pulling in where we saw they have dividend data, but it's not working. Why is that? This is one of those that I just don't know. Like, I don't know why Ford is one of those stubborn stocks that just want to give my spreadsheet a hard time, but Ford will not pull in dividend data. This is going to be a key puncher. So they pay quarterly. What you're going to have to do is go back to Yahoo. We have every time it's been 15 cents. So what we need to do is kind of change our date here to go back in time a little. Hit apply, pull up some more, 15 cents every single time. So we're just going to have to key punch this. Sorry about that, my camera glitched, but back to Ford. When we looked at the historical data, it was dividends only 15%, or not 15%, but 15 cents quarterly. So we're going to have to do a little math. Go to our spreadsheet. That's going to be 60 cents, 60 cents per year. So plug 60 cents into our annual dividend per share. Then if you want to get your yield, you're going to take equals 60 cents divided by share price. Oh, nope. That's the wrong cell. It's going to be the current share price is what you're going to want. There you go. We need okay, so we punched in our 60 cents. I don't know why that decimal's so low. There we go. We manually figured out the percentage by dividing the dividends by the market price of the share. And then that's all we really had to do. The rest is formulas, and it pulls on through. So if you see in this column, just to make sure we did it right, on Yahoo, it was 15 cents per share. And if you look in your cell here, dividend dollars per payment, 15 cents. So it looks like our formulas are pulling through correctly. And that's basically it. Hopefully, all those nightmarish things that I had to do to kind of like do this overview won't have to do. But you know where I live. You know my number. You know my Facebook. So if you have any questions or anything, just reach out, and should be able to help you take care of it.